Yes! Victory is ours, Tom. The greatest rollers ever created.
Rollers are great for training, but they can cost quite a lot, £100 or $160. So, here's how to make a set of rollers for just £20 or $32. Behind me is GCN's Head of Engineering, James. He's going to show us how it's done.
Can you bunny hop off, Tom? So you will need to construct your roller masterpiece, 2 pieces of 4x2, which is 10 centimetres by 5 centimetres if you're working on metric, 6 of these right angle brackets, a puncture repair kit, an inner tube, a couple of cheese lids, 3 rolling pins. These are basic IKEA rolling pins, but you can, if you want to, upgrade to slightly wider rolling pins, which will make your rollers easier to ride on. Or get some with stainless steel bearings in, which will make them smoother and possibly slightly less flammable.
James, I'm guessing this one is going to need a bit more than just a set of Allen keys.
Tom, this is very serious. It involves saws, you've got to not cock around. Well, first and foremost, most importantly, we need a pencil, which lives behind your ear. You'll need a tape measure, a drill, a screwdriver, a saw, and a pair of scissors.
Right then, James, let's get started.
Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is we're going to cut our pieces of 4x2 down to being 150 centimetres or 5 foot long.
How do you arrive at that? Do you vary it depending on your bike?
It's pretty much the same depending on whatever bike you've got. Unless you've got an absolutely enormous bike or a child's bike, you'll be okay with about 150 centimetres or, yeah, say 5 foot. Most modern saws have got a 90-degree angle on them, so it's pretty easy to work out where you need to cut. So you just put it against your line there, draw a line across.
That's going to get a pro tip graphic.
Turn your piece of wood over, draw another line like that. There we go. Now we've got a cut here.
So, just to recap, you want to cut your lengths of 4x2 into 2 pieces of 150 centimetres or 5 feet.
Right, now we need to work out how wide the frame needs to be so you can fit your rollers in. Okay, so, well, we've got our piece of wood here. We need to make sure that it's not that close because then our rolling pin won't turn. These rolling pins have conveniently got handles on that are a little bit concave. So we just need to kind of work out that it's about that far. Should be all right. And then just measure the distance there, which in this case is 17.5 centimetres, and then cut some of our spare wood that we had from our lengths that we were making there to be the widths that we're after.
Let's do it.
So there we go, we've got our basic space for our roller there, like a boss. So in my box of screws, I've got a variety of screws. We're going to be using some 4-inch or 10 centimetre long screws to screw the frame together. I highly recommend using good quality screws, which are in fact self-tapping and have got maybe a little bit of a cutting edge on, because it means you don't need to pre-drill, Tom. So you need 2 screws per corner to make sure the whole thing doesn't kind of twist and fall apart. So you'll put one in the top here and one in the bottom. Pop that on the top there at that end. Cool. We've got our frame, Tom.
Let's get it rolling.
Hey, right, okay, next up, we need our rolling pins. So we've got our basic frame. We've had a little joust with our rolling pins.
Yep.
So now we need to actually attach them onto the frame. But before we do that, we're going to need to sort out our cheese. So because we're using an inner tube, our drive from the rear roller to the front roller, we need a way of stopping the inner tube falling off the side. So Mike, our channel editor, has very kindly brought in his lunch. So we're going to slightly cannibalise Mike's lunch and turn it into something that stops the inner tube just falling off this edge here.
Okay.
So if you grab that one, let's sort of pull the edges off a bit. Don't have to be too careful about it. You have to be careful with your fingers though. So we need to put one of these on the rear roller if you're using a 29-inch inner tube. and then we need one on the front. So basically we need 2 rolling pins with these stuck on them. You could use a bit of cereal box as well, Tom. So what you've done there, Tom, you've increased the resistance.
Vegetable sandwich.
Sorted. Easy now. To attach our drive chain or our drive system, which is an old inner tube. So what we need to do is to take an old inner tube or a brand new inner tube and then chop the valve off.
Here's one I made earlier.
Wicked!
We've removed the valve, so we've cut around it and then we've patched over the hole that's left.
Now we're going to keep this pin quite close to the back here. And it's time to start screwing things down. So got our right angle brackets, just give them a bit of a bend and hold them roughly in place like that, and then get out some screws and start screwing everything together. Okay, so the second roller we're going to put 30 centimetres or a foot away from the centre of this roller here. And that gives you just the right distance between the two for most bike wheels to fit in, so that it will be moving the rollers around. But of course, if you don't trust us that a foot or 30 centimetres is the right distance, you can always just pop your bike in and check that it is right.
Cool.
But it is. So that's still spinning smoothly. For this bike, Tom, we're going to need to put the roller, if you just drop that down, about there. Because if we have it too far forwards, you'll drop out the back. Probably the easiest way to do this will be to screw in one side of these first,
yep,
and then we can stretch the band over it and then screw in the other side of it so that it'll be held in place.
Do you want the band over now?
No. Like that. And we can put our band through like that and stretch it in place there.
Awesome.
If you make a bit of a mistake on how far across you've got something, just undo it a bit and give it a tap. DIY Mavericks. Just move the roller band across a bit. Yes! Victory is ours, Tom! So these rollers won't be anywhere near as good as a set that you can buy from the shop. They've got a lot of resistance and they're basically all round rubbish, but you can build a set of rollers for £20. Now we'd love to hear from you guys to see how you think we can improve these, what we could do better, how we can stop them catching fire, because with the power that Tom puts out, they might fall apart. So share them with your friends, let us know what it is that you think we can do to make these rollers better in the comments down below. God, bloody hell.
Pretty in pink.
So for more of GCN's bike hacks, click up there.
And to subscribe to GCN, click on James. Boom. Held it.
And to trade on your rollers, click over there.